Lights, camera, action. 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 Lights, camera, action.
Let's go. I did this and I did that. Hit licks just to get cash. So weight in them zip bags. Met a pimp named Slickback. He told me to keep my game strong. I put a chick.
Nobody has.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to the Blaqamore Podcast. I have a very special guest with me today. You can introduce yourself.
I'm Brandi.
All right. And today, what you said was on your mind? Overpopulation?
Well,
Or is that what you want to start with?
well, I guess we could ease into
Start
it.
something light.
Yeah.
So you said you watched the Kevin Hart, and did you see the Cat Williams too that inspired it? When he was on
The Wanda interview. Yeah. Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie, some of that shit was funny though.
when I first watched it, I missed the part where she said something about him being in jail. So in my mind, he was going in on her for nothing. Till I watched it again, I said, "Oh, okay, now I see." Mm-hmm. But yeah, so what's your thoughts on that whole?
I definitely agree with Kevin Hart when he said that you blew your career on drugs. But I also understand where Cat Williams feels his entitlement because he did work hard to get to where he was, but you didn't maintain your position.
He also claims that I haven't looked into detail, but he said he ain't been on no drugs. It was always just weed and everything else is just rumors.
He does cocaine. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I would think so too, but
I wouldn't say it's crack or anything like that, but I definitely feel like it's cocaine. Yeah. I think cocaine is his drug of choice. Yeah. So
I don't know. But
I know a lot of people who do coke.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's cocaine. I don't do coke. That's not my thing.
Have you ever done coke?
Huh?
Have you ever tried?
No, I don't want to touch it. I know people who are crackheads, and it's just too close. The only difference is baking powder or baking soda. So hell no, I'm good.
Not that I would know anything about that.
Well, yeah, but I watch New Jack City, so I know what they kind of use. But nah, I'm good. If I gotta inject it or snort it, I don't want it.
Yeah, regular weed should do.
Yeah, weed should be where people stick with, and just leave it at that.
But yeah, when I watched the Kevin Hart interview and I was looking through the comments, I was kind of depressed and hopeless because I seen everybody was siding with Cat Williams, and I don't mind you siding with Cat Williams, but there's a reason why. And they was saying that Kevin Hart is sucking dick to get where he's at. Cat Williams will never sell his soul to the devil for Illuminati and all of that. What are your thoughts on Illuminati shit?
Okay, so this is our mindset when it comes to rich people. For some reason, we always think rich people are the evil people. Oh my God, they got all this money. They must have sacrificed a kidney and stole their mom's cart, and just whatever, something just fucked up. Mm-hmm. Just like for the longest, they said Jennifer Hudson sacrificed her family to get where she got. But I'm like, why is she not on Beyonce level? If that was the case. But anyways.
Who did Beyonce sacrifice?
Apparently she had all those miscarriages. Her 4 miscarriages was her sacrifice.
That was a sacrifice.
And Aaliyah.
Wouldn't that be cheating?
Well, yeah, and Aaliyah. But
she sacrificed Aaliyah.
Yeah, because they were all, anyways, that's another.
I kind of want to get into this ridiculousness so y'all can hear how y'all sound, but go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, so it's always been said that rich people are evil. They do this, they do that. But have you ever just thought that maybe those people were just poor at one point and they got tired of being fucking poor, so they worked their ass off so they wouldn't be poor?
Unheard of. So,
we just got to stop coming up with the excuses to tear down somebody else's success.
Because one common denominator I see with people who subscribe to those beliefs, at least from the outside looking in, I don't know none of these people personally, but they seem to not be content with their lives.
Oh, yeah, they're not financially stable. Or they, it's always an excuse. Well, I went to jail this one time and no job will hire me. There are plenty of jobs out there that you can find that are felon friendly. There are plenty of apartments that are felon friendly. You just got to do the work. If you're not willing to do the work, then you might as well just stay where you're at. So
I don't think I've heard this Beyonce second. Well, I won't be disrespectful to Aaliyah. We won't talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that sacrifice, like the Jennifer Hudson, all of that, like people forget, like people do die sometimes, and sometimes
and
it just
bad shit happens to really good people.
It happens.
It's a fucked up world. It's fucked up, but we have got to learn to hold ourselves accountable, and I think that's what Kevin is trying to say to Kat.
Now I do have some words for Kevin Hart though, because you said that you would never wear a dress, and we seen you in a dress, my brother.
Yeah, and you were. I don't know if that picture is real, but apparently he kissed The Rock, but I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past him. It sounds believable. I didn't see that, but I seen the video of you in a dress.
Yeah, but I've also been out with homeboys, and my homeboys have done some really gay shit with each other, like just jokingly. So my thing is,
what is what?
Like just just saying some just real gay shit, like
such as perhaps you don't know your homeboys that well.
No, like just like what a bae, or just like
something with each other.
Yeah, but if
Why?
they just be joking, it's just an inside joke, I guess. But I don't know. I just feel like we read too much into the small stuff. I mean, like it's a joke, haha. We already know that Kevin Hart ain't going home and smashing The Rock.
No, I'm not
going home to his
gay.
beautiful Blaqamore wife or.
I just want to know. It's just you made a point that you would never do something and then you did it. I ain't calling him gay for it, but
I mean,
that is a question I have for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why black comedians have to slide on a dress. I feel like, but it works for some because it worked for Martin. It worked for Eddie, so.
Definitely worked for Eddie.
But I just feel like they were in a league of their own. Like, I feel like we need to do something else to break through.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
that was the 90s. It's the whole.
Yeah, like.
It's 2018 now.
There's ways to be funny without pushing your cross-dressing bounds. Even though I respect that, whoever does cross-dress. I mean, I just think that in order for a joke to be funny, I don't think you have to put on a dress.
Especially when two of the funniest people say it's Cat Williams and Dave Chappelle, and I ain't seen either one of them niggas in a dress yet.
And David Chappelle is actually going to be in that movie with Bradley Cooper, A Star Is Born, with Lady Gaga, which I really want to see. I'm usually not into the romance thing, but I kind of want to see that. Because David Chappelle's in it, so I got to... Even though I'm sure he's small, his role is like this big.
Bro, but I don't know what him and Bradley Cooper would do together. But I like Bradley Cooper. That's the nigga from Living.
Yeah,
This
but
Way.
it's a drama, so it's definitely gonna be outside his.
He gonna be acting for real.
Yeah, and look from the trailer, it looked like he's gonna do a pretty damn.
He strikes me as a nigga who can act on the low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google.
So since we're talking about conspiracies, what's like the wildest conspiracy you heard? Or are there any conspiracies that you believe?
Okay, so I'm probably gonna get a lot of slack on this. But I think mass shootings are staged.
Oh, that's not far-fetched at all.
To some of them, not saying all, but I do feel like there are some that are definitely staged. Like the Las Vegas one.
Yeah, I thought it was.
That one was completely staged. Like, come on, this guy randomly
got all that ammo in there.
Yeah, and no one notices. Like, where was housekeeping? Like, I don't care if they're like.
So like, so the nigga who do you think whoever they're showing is doing the shooting actually did it? And if they did, was he like mind controlled, or why did he do it? Was he paid? What do you think that?
So, this is my theory.
Okay.
So, in Fort Worth, they had those two shootings where two people who were in the military both went nuts and shot everybody in the military.
Didn't know that.
Oh, you can look it up. It was on the military base in Fort Worth, Texas.
How recent is this?
Huh?
How recent is this?
One I think was like maybe 2 years ago, and one was a couple years before that one.
Okay.
But anyways, it was the same thing. Guy just snaps and kills some of the people there. But why does it keep happening at that military base? Like, of all the odds, two mass shootings in the same location.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what were y'all doing with him? Like, his family said he was already kind of going through some things, and he was acting strange, not his normal self. But they didn't see him just flipping out like that. So, like, it's a coincidence that two people in the military both flip out and shoot people on the military base? Twice? Twice?
So then I guess the question becomes, what's the motive? For whoever's being Geppetto of it, why are they doing
Overpopulation. We are overpopulated, and like I said, it goes to my resource theory. We are running out of resources. We are running out of resources to feed people, and poor people keep fucking and having babies. and they don't know how to fucking stop it.
So do you think we run out of resources, or we just running out of more resources than the elite are willing to share?
Exactly. I think that's what it is. And then the GMO thing, GMO is only going to last for so long before people start mutating or getting cancer or whatever weird shit might happen. Because they say it's safe now, and we all still eat it anyway, but we don't know what that's going to cause future down the line. We don't know what's going to be the side effects. Like, I mean, we already got alarming rates on cancer and stuff. Like, that was never even heard of before. So, and that's why a lot of people are going vegan. I do think that a vegan option, or pescatarian or vegetarian is a better option than just being straight meat.
You're a vegetarian, right? Or vegan? Or pescatarian? Or just health conscious kind of?
I'm health conscious. I was doing the pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian thing for a while, but
you had a burger last
But
week.
the thing is, yeah, my body, it takes time because you have to really have the mindset and the discipline to go straight for it. So
When you did it, did you go cold turkey, or you gradually?
no, I gradually weaned myself out, and because I've done it before. That's how I used to be a little bit bigger, and I lost weight before, so it wasn't anything to cut it out. It's just continuously. Once I hit a peak and I get comfortable with my results, I stop. That's my biggest issue. I get comfortable and I'm like, oh, I like where I'm at.
Yep.
I'm done.
Trying to hit Mickey D's.
Yep.
Do you?
Double Whopper. So yeah.
So let's go back to the mass shooting. So
Yeah.
So you said motive is overpopulation. So you do think it's kind of like a mind control?
Yeah, I
that
do.
happened?
I do think that some of those people are controlled, and then like the whole Dylan Roof thing, like there was so much evidence in that case to tell that this was a setup. You have
That was the white dude that set up the church?
Yeah. You had a constituent that was there, a government constituent or actual government employee. And wasn't he like a congressman, like Senate? Anyway, he was one of the youngest in his whatever he does. He gets assassinated pretty much because of all the churches. You know, it's down south. This is in, what was it? Charleston? Yeah, Charleston, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. You know there's a church on every corner. Mm-hmm. This man boy, but no, he is a man. No, because he knew what the fuck he was doing. So I take that back because they always call our kids men. So no, he was a man. He drove his ass like 9 miles to that specific church where everyone knew that representative was going to be at and killed him.
So he was one of the ones that got killed in there.
Yeah. And then he had someone running against him that was against the body cams because he was pushing for body cams, for cops to wear body cams.
The one that got killed was pushing for
body
cams?
He was pushing for the body cams. And like it was just too much of a coincidence that happened. Yeah. And then he gets treated to McDonald's when he gets arrested.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they gave him the death penalty, but how long is he gonna sit on the death penalty? He's probably not gonna get executed until he's like 50. People are sick. Sick people in this world. But yeah, I don't even. Okay, so mass shootings.
So you don't think it's about gun control?
I think it does have to do with gun control, but I think it does play hand in hand with overpopulation because we are overpopulated. We are outnumbering the constituents, the government officials, and we are fed up with the way our country is being ran. Period. On both sides, alt right, alt left, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's fed up with the way our government is being ran. We're sick of the shit. So, government doesn't really have power if all the people decide to run it at one time. How do you do that? You make them afraid. You make them depend on you. Oh, terrorists. You know, gun control. They're trying to take our guns. You know, that's why you got so many militia groups forming. You don't have any black ones because we're too busy, ganging when we should be doing militia groups too.
do you think all the Chicago shit is genuine gang activity?
No, I think there's actually an urban legend. I watch Vice. I'm a huge fan of Vice. But they actually said that there's an urban legend that there is a subway train that drops off guns about like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I heard that too. But yeah. I also think that it's niggas going in there, or crackers I should say, going in there blackface.
Just like the Purge.
Yeah, just like the Purge.
And just going in there and killing them off.
Because I remember one time it said it was like 40 shootings in like 8 hours. And I don't ever remember niggas ever getting that busy. And so
but my thing is, where are the guns coming from?
And that's the question people don't ask. Where do these guns come from? Where do these drugs come from?
Because you know black people don't have any gun manufacturing companies. I don't know any.
Nor do we have fucking cocaine gardens.
Right? So where is it coming from? Like, that's what you really have to ask yourself. You have to really sit down and swallow that pill. Where is it coming from?
Absolutely.
Because according to y'all, we can't put shit together. We can't be organized. We're late all the time. We're lazy. So if we're that lazy, how do we have the energy to go get guns and cocaine?
Right. Because it ain't like we leaving our zip code.
Exactly. Exactly.
We ain't even leaving the block half the time, let alone the zip code.
Mm-hmm. So, gotta start asking those hard questions. Even if we don't want to believe it because it's scary. I know it's scary. You don't want to think that your government's that twisted. But people will do anything for power and money. It's all about power and money.
Do you think this country will last? Or do you think it'll kind of reset back to utopian ways for a while? At least feel utopian.
This is a conversation I had a while back when the whole election was happening about Donald Trump. Because it was like, I felt it in my, some part of me felt that Donald Trump was going to get elected.
Did you? I just knew it wasn't.
Yeah, no, I felt it because, honestly, we all know who should have won. It should have been Bernie Sanders, period. I'm not saying that we could need to be completely socialist, but you have to balance out capitalism. It's too much capitalism and not enough socialism.
In some places, capitalism don't belong to me. Like healthcare, I don't think.
Exactly, like healthcare, child care, definitely out of child care, medicine, period, pharmaceuticals, all that stuff needs to be, and funerals.
Yeah.
Boom, all that stuff. No, like the funeral industry, I know you always gonna make money, but it's gotten a little inhumane.
Yeah, even education, I think.
Oh yeah, education's definitely, but that's a whole nother topic. But yeah. So I forgot where I was going with that.
Damn, what was we saying? Because you were saying we all know Bernie should have won.
Okay, yeah. So a friend of mine made a very valid point. He was like, you know what? We don't need another Hillary. We need extreme change, and it was either going to be Bernie or it was going to be Donald Trump. And I think Donald Trump really needed to happen for us to realize how fucked up America really is.
Sentiments, exactly.
And it needed to happen, period.
Did you vote?
Oh, yeah. I always vote.
Did you vote for Hillary?
I did. I didn't want to, but I did because I knew it would be stupid of me to not vote for her and give him just the...
That's why I didn't vote, because I wanted Trump to win, but I'd be damned if I was going to participate in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just sat out.
Yeah, so... But the thing with, like, the whole Bernie Sanders thing, like, he was rigged from the very beginning. I think people were shocked about how well he was going to do. And Hillary's team didn't think he was going to be a threat. And he ended up being a threat. And they had to get rid of him. And it fucked them, because all she had to do was put Bernie Sanders as her VP. She would have made him her VP, she'd have won.
Actually, yeah, why didn't that happen?
Because...
Or one of y'all make somebody VP.
If she would have did that, she would have been president of the United States right now.
Yeah.
We wouldn't even be having this conversation about Donald Trump. He'd still be talking shit somewhere in Russia. So, like, America, like, the common sense. Where is the common sense going?
Why didn't they? Do you know why they didn't do? Did they put out an excuse why that didn't happen? Do you know?
No. And then she was running with somebody that we had no idea who he was. I mean...
She probably was too early for her.
Yeah, and I just think that with her capitalism and his socialism, if they would have balanced each other out.
Do you So on the next election, and maybe Trump gets elected twice, maybe not, but after he's over with, whether it's 1 or 2 terms, do you think the next president will be like complete opposite, like a Malcolm X type, or you think it'll continue the trend, or do you think we'll get like another politician, or
I think
Kanye, crazy celebrity, like where do we go from here?
If America's smart, they will elect. If America's smart, they will elect a black woman.
That's what I want to happen.
But we live in America, and they're not ready for a woman yet. I don't think it necessarily has to do anything with color at this standpoint. I just think they're not ready for a woman. They just think of us as being inferior. But I don't know. After we put up with Trump for 8 years.
Yeah, I feel like we should be open to anything at this point.
Yeah, so
let a bird run.
But I definitely feel like it's gonna be a lot of minorities that are gonna run. And I definitely feel it's either going to be a black woman or it's going to be a Latin man.
Now, do you think any black woman would do, or a certain type? Like, do we want a Candace Owens in there, or?
I would like someone like Angela Ray.
Oh, they ain't ready for her.
She would be amazing. Her, of course, Michelle Obama, but we already know she's probably not good. She probably won't even do it.
I wish she was. She's the only person I heard talk about health.
Yeah, but you saw what the White House did to Obama. That man went in there gorgeous and came out just old, just he looked tired. That's why he on vacation. That's why he on foot. Like, fuck you, America. So yeah, like
He do got a lot of grades now.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Like,
look how being a president, I'm sure does a lot to the health because that's a lot of stress. Yeah. You got the whole country right on your back, and if you do one thing wrong, you get chewed out for that on this side. Or chewed out on that side. So
you should smoke weed. Might help.
If they would legalize weed, everybody would be happy. The world would be a better place.
It would be.
If only. If only.
Speaking of weed and legalizing it, I know you heard about that white cop girl who shot the nigga in his house.
Don't even get me started. Okay, so I got a theory about that one.
What's your theory?
I think they were sleeping together. Because this is the second time she had strolled up to his house. And the neighbor said they heard her yelling, "Let me in, let me in."
Yeah, more than one neighbor said that.
And he answered the door in his boxers.
Did he know? I didn't hear that detail.
Well, they said he was found in his boxers. So my thing is, if he was coming to the door in his boxers, he knows her well enough to be in his drawers.
Yeah.
So I think they were sleeping together. Because why she clean her apartment out so quickly? Why did they only search his?
My question is, to me it's obvious, but we have obvious shit happened before. Do you think she's going to get off, despite how ridiculous these stories aren't adding up?
I don't think she's going to get off. Because she's a woman, and they're going to make an example of her.
You think they're going to kill her?
I don't think they're going to kill her.
To my knowledge, that's the options. Either if she's convicted, she dies. That's what I... Could be wrong.
No, they're going to probably put her in a, minimum security to protect her because, they want to put her in max because she's a cop. And people probably already want her head. So they're probably she's going to get sentenced. She's going to do time. She's not going to get out free. She's a woman.
So you think if it was a man, they would got away with it?
Oh, yeah. If it was a man.
Really?
Yeah.
So you think sexism supersedes racism?
Yes.
Really?
Because you got to think about it from the white man's perspective. The white woman is the second in command. And if she's getting just as hungry as you are, sometimes you got to remind them of their place. We got to make an example of you. And if they were sleeping together, that's going to be even more reason to make her an example of her. Well, this is what happens when you mess with the black D. Should have, stayed with us white people. So, but I don't know. I just wish everybody would just get over it because it's fucking dumb. Racism is dumb.
Yeah, but I think it's here to stay.
And all it is racism and elitism go hand in hand. If you educate people, give them proper education and a way to provide for their families, you have less kids because the more educated a woman is, the less kids she has. She's not going to keep reproducing. So
by saying that, do you think it's unintelligent to have a lot of kids?
Oh, yeah. Especially if you can't afford them. It's dumb. It's fucking stupid.
Ooh.
Yes. Stop doing it. Stop. But he doesn't. Stop. It doesn't make sense.
How many kids, generally speaking, of course everything is different, but what's the average amount of kids you think is intelligent until it's like you're doing too much?
Well, I have 2. So, I take full responsibility for that.
And that's all you plan on having?
If I got married, like if I was with someone and I got married and it depended on how many kids he had, and we were like, well, we have kids with other people, let's make one together because we're married, and then after that, we're done.
So you're willing to do one more with a man that you find that you love?
Yeah, if we get married. But after that, no. I'm done. I would rather adopt.
Are you pro-choice in abortion?
Yes. Because some things is just ain't nobody's fucking business. And if you can't afford it, I would rather you handle it like a responsible adult instead of bringing kids into the world that you don't want. You'd rather go hang out and party and be with your friends and then you can leave your kid with somebody and then they get fucked up because you left them with somebody. So
that's how I'm 80% there. I'm a little indifferent because on one hand I agree with you because who asked to be born? Nobody. So no point of bringing somebody in a life that you don't have a good chance of letting it be a good experience. But sometimes people like Malcolm X and them come out of that. So you never know if you're about to abort somebody great.
Well, but the thing is, if they were meant to be here, they'll be here.
Well, maybe the mother is the determination of the meant to be.
Well, I don't think so. I think if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen regardless.
Unless failed. Have you ever heard of an abortion that failed?
No, and I hope I would never.
We thought we got him. I don't know.
That would suck.
That nigga's definitely meant to be here.
Like you doing yoga and you mid-abort? No. I would have slept up. Oh, no.
You should probably edit that part out.
But, no, I just feel like responsibility is the big thing. Like, we have to just start holding ourselves more accountable. And stop trying to have kids because you want to attach someone to you, or not even necessarily that. I mean, Black people have always been told we have to have these certain set of rules, and we got to learn that this is life. There is not just black and white. Sometimes there is a gray area.
It's a lot of colors.
Right, and we have to learn that it's no one's obligation to make you feel a certain way but yourself. You should feel a certain way about yourself. And if you know that you cannot take care of a child, you know you can't do it, you have to be responsible about it. You got to make a proper decision.
All right, so some people will say to that, give it up for adoption.
Okay. Have you seen the adoption world? Have you seen what's happening with the people who are in adoption? You got kids that are getting aged out, don't have any money. They have been abused, abandoned, battered, and that's if they get to a good home. And by the time they do get to a good home, they done been through so much. It's a lost cause. So there's not a problem with adoption, but I think it depends on, you have to do your research. You have to take the steps to make sure that your kid is going to be put into a proper home. Like I said, it's all about responsibility. If you're going to be ratchet about the situation, then the kid is probably going to end up in some ratchet-ass conditions. You have to want that kid to do better. And if you're going to do it, do your research. We have too much technology out here for you not to know your research. There's open adoption. There's all types of stuff.
Is it safe to say that you don't subscribe to the Bible or Christian religion?
I actually just went to church yesterday.
Really?
Yes, because they did help me out with a situation. My family has been going to a church forever, and they helped me with an emergency crisis. So I did pay my respects in person. I thought it was an obligation. But I'm not gonna lie, I did feel a little bit lighter on my feet when I went. You know, it was nice to go and, you know, feel it. The music was good. It hit the spirit. But I do feel like we can't use religion for certain things all the time. Especially like how a woman's supposed to carry herself. Or, you know...
so you don't believe in it? Or you do?
I believe in God, but I don't believe in...
the Christian doctrine.
Yeah, I don't believe in the Bible. I don't believe that we have these set of rules.
So you don't... Do you just believe in a general God? Or do you believe in like the Christian concept of God?
I believe that God is everything. I believe that we are all in our own way a part of God. I believe that God is nature. I believe God is everything around us. I think it's an energy, a spirit. And just like you can detect bad energy, you can detect good energy. Like, you have a natural intuition for a reason. And if something doesn't feel right, you're supposed to go with your gut. And you go with that. That, I feel like that's a version of God. Like, God is speaking to you in that moment, like, this is not right. Leave the situation, you know?
Were you raised like, is your family religious?
My mom, she worked all the time. My mom, she was in the military, so she was always, she was in the reserves for a little bit, or for a lot, until she retired. And then she was working at Douglas County Corrections, so she was a lieutenant when she retired. So my mom was always working, and she was strict. But we didn't go to church. When we just kind of stayed home, or I would hang out with friends or watch TV. My grandma I was raised with my grandma because my mom, had to work. So my great-grandma, my grandma kind of raised me a lot, and my auntie.
So, all right, let's go back to the population thing.
Yeah.
So, you are pro-choice.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that factor is because of overpopulation. So, okay, so with the mass shootings, you think it's like you think there's like a quota of too many lives or something when the mass shootings happen? Like,
I think it's a fear thing. I think it's definitely a fear thing. We give people more guns. They're getting panicky. They'll start shooting each other. That helps with some of just like drugs. I feel like drugs is also a population control thing too.
Would you ever leave here? Or do you see yourself leaving here? Is this about to be Babylon?
If I did leave the country, I would probably go to Norway. Norway or Sweden, because they have a socialist economy, but they have a great economy. Like they have free healthcare. They also have not all day schools. The education is off the charts up there right now.
I'm wondering, why don't we adopt certain strategies from other nations where they're thriving?
Because that would be the white man admitting that they're wrong, and they don't want to do that. You got a lot of people who are comfortable in their powerful positions, and they won't fucking die. They won't fucking die.
Ah, man.
You got senators in there that keep getting elected because motherfuckers aren't voting, and they're 87 years old, and they should have been fucking retired. Why do we have an 87-year-old who's been around for the prohibition, slavery, possibly?
Yeah.
And he's probably a deep-seated racist. Why is he still in office?
Or alive.
Because I'm a firm believer that if you educate young women, they don't allow themselves to be in situations where they're with men of lower quality.
Do you have more to elaborate on that point?
Yeah, because the pickings are slim.
Of niggas or men?
Men, yeah. The pickings are slim. It's difficult to date and really date. And then when you do decide not to date, and you just keep it physical, that even gets difficult because they can't even be consistent in that. So it's like you can't win for losing.
What you mean they can't be consistent in that? Like just satisfying in that part?
Well, because it's always a complication. Or I live with my baby mama, my roommate, that's my roommate, my sister, my cousin. So I can't even come over your house. I'm tired of coming over my house. I can't even go to your house because you don't have a house. So,
What are your thoughts on, with all that in mind, what's your thoughts on polygyny? Would you consider something like that?
What, 2 boyfriends?
No, the other way.
Oh, no, I'm about to say for me, I would be okay with 2 boyfriends. If I had a white man and a black man, my life would be straight.
So you would never do the other way around?
No.
Despite the slim
I'm
pickings?
too jealous.
Too jealous?
I know. I want all of the attention. Give it to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, if I found a white man that was down for it, just put everything in your name and got my chocolate love, I'll be good to go.
So you just use the white man for his money?
Well, not just that. No, there's some nice white guys out there. I won't say that. There are.
Have you dated a white guy?
Oh, yeah, my oldest is mixed.
Really?
Yes. So I know that, that's interesting. But, I'm attracted to all men. I don't have a particular race. I think if you're an attractive man, I like you. Until you start talking, and then it's like, oh.
Do you think you could be pro-black and...
Oh, yeah. I do. Yeah. Just because I had sex with a white man does not mean that my struggle is not the same as every other black person. I still got to work just like you do.
What's your definition of pro-black?
I think pro-black is... Wow, because there's so many levels. To me, pro-black is knowing the history and knowing how to not let history repeat itself, but in a positive way, and actually doing the work and not just posting it on Facebook, but doing the work. Like educating your kids on this stuff. Like a lot of people want to, sugarcoat stuff for kids nowadays, but we live in a society where you can't really do that anymore.
Sugarcoat things such as what?
Well, just from anything from kids about their bodies to, social, taboos that are going on, you have to explain that to your kids. Because if you don't, they could get hurt or be in a position where someone thinks they're, a racist or, or homophobic because they don't understand. And you have to explain to kids, this is what's going on. Even if you don't agree with it, but you still have to teach your kids a level of respect.
Did you see the clip I put out with Def talking about transgenders? But I'll save the rest for the episode. But I just wonder if you had any thoughts on that.
Well, I don't think, to me, it's not something that I understand, and it's not that I don't want to understand. I just feel like we just have to respect people for who people are, period. If someone is transgender, just respect their decision. You ain't got to support it. You ain't got to be at the rally. Just leave them the fuck alone. Leave them the fuck alone. That's the problem I have. People were bullying them, killing transgender people. Why? What is that really doing for you? It's not doing anything. And if anything, you're losing your life too, because if you get caught, your family's going to lose you. You're going to be in jail because of one emotional reaction to something you don't understand.
Let me ask you this. What did you think when Bruce/Caitlyn Jenner won the Woman of the Year?
Now that was some bullshit.
Okay.
That was definitely some fuckery. But we already know how, like I said, America has ADHD, so we're always on our next movement. And I think they are trying to make Caitlyn this face for transgender, but she hasn't done any of the work. You are coming from it as a rich white male. You're not coming from it as a poor white male who's going through your transgender phase. Because you wouldn't be accepted nearly as much. You wouldn't even be able to have transformed as much as you did if you didn't have the money. You had to start from the bottom like everybody else did. So I feel like you can't be rewarded if you didn't do the work.
I remember my question now. If you were president, what would be your top 2 or 3, or what's the number one? What's like your top 3 to 5 things you would do or change?
Education, right off the bat.
What about, so what specifically are we educating?
Education should be definitely reformed. The standardized testings need to be I wouldn't say get rid of it, because I do feel like you have to test to see where everyone's at. But I definitely feel like there should be no capitalism in that, because it is a huge capitalism scheme. John Oliver looked it up, standardized testing, did a whole episode on it, great shit. But there are companies that are actually paid for those standardized testing. That's why it's such a big push for those, because they actually have lobbyists in the White House that push for those standardized tests. Education is rigged for our kids to fail, pretty much, because people are making money on the back end. So, but yeah, education reform, definitely. Because like I said, I think if you educate people, you get more productive people. You get less reproduction.
You are big on reproduction.
Yes. Well, I just want to say in the Black community, I just think that the thing is we believe in quantity but not quality. And I want to see us have better quality. You can't keep pushing out. One woman can't raise 10 kids. You're not able to give each kid the right amount of attention. Hell, I got 2 kids and I can barely give them both the right amount of attention. So we have really got to take a look at ourselves and be like, well, why do we keep reproducing when there's free birth control available? Planned Parenthood is begging people to come in to get free birth control. Like, they're giving it away.
Ask yourself why. Do you ever ask yourself why they're begging?
They are, because it's a population thing. It is. I mean, it really is. And I'm not saying that.
But only with us, though.
No, not just us. It's Mexicans. You got but the thing is, we're not the ones that are using it. It's mainly the rich white women that are using it, and they're going.
You think they're using it?
Yes, that's
I don't think they need to.
But that's why they're trying to get rid of abortion clinics, because the people who can actually afford the abortions are the people who have the disposable income. You can go to an abortion clinic on Thursday, and I guarantee there's going to be a lot more white women in there than there's going to be Black or Mexican women. I guarantee it. I've been to one personally. So, yeah. White women are having way more abortions than Black and brown people. Way more. And that's the problem. That's why they want to close Planned Parenthood down. But from another standpoint, like I said, you can't keep bringing these babies into terrible conditions. If you know that you live in the projects Why would you want to keep having kids into that?
Because one of them might grow up to be Sean Carter. Oh, what's wrong with Sean Carter?
You can still have Sean Carter in the suburbs. You can still have him in a...
Sean Carter had to be for Marcy to become who he was.
Okay.
That was necessary.
But you know, white dudes sell drugs too in the suburbs.
That's fine.
There's a
What
lot.
they got?
But what I'm saying is, like, there is got to be more of the struggle. Why do we always have to go through the struggle to be amazing people?
Bill's character. Everybody great has a story.
But that's what I'm saying. You can still have a struggle even when you're in middle class. You can still have hardships. You don't have to be in the gutter.
No, I'm not saying they have to be there, but you're saying if you know you're in the projects, why have it? And I say because it's still possible for great things to come out of that.
Okay, but I'm
The
not
roles that grew from
dissing people who are having 1 or 2 or 3 kids. I'm talking for the people who keep going. Like,
the
okay,
Wayans brothers.
yes, but even
Jackson 5.
But that doesn't mean it was right, though. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Don't mean you shouldn't.
We are overpopulated, period. And I'm talking about everyone. Everybody fucking. The world is overpopulated.
I don't think we're overpopulated. I think the top niggas should just stop being so greedy. I would rather say we need to tell these niggas, yo, I just got to stop being stingy or y'all got to go, as opposed to saying, well, maybe we just having too many babies. Let's
No, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Way more. It's plenty, especially like the Midwest of the country or the United States alone. All that open-ass land in Montana.
But what I'm saying
all
is
them potatoes in Idaho. There's plenty.
That's not what I'm saying, though. We need to shift our priorities. Our priority shouldn't just be fucking.
You think that's a conscious priority?
Huh?
You think like we're saying, yo,
no,
we need to make these babies?
No, I just think that black people, we have been taught that big families, you know, everybody.
Think we was taught that?
I'm just saying, but that's how we made it, though. We had big families. That's how we
protected. Because we fertile as hell.
Okay,
we're 4 times more fertile. That's just science. I don't think it was taught that. It's just us.
Okay, well, yes, we're fertile. That's probably why we'll never fucking die. That's why they're trying to kill us now and they can't ever get rid of us. I really feel like if they kill all the black people in the world would end. Like, the world
would, because they have a negative birth rate.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But no, I'm not saying like overpopulation, like it's necessarily brown or black people. What I'm saying is they're going to do whatever they have to do to wipe us out. But what I'm saying is, I don't have a problem with you having babies, but if you're going to do it, be responsible about it. Like, set yourself up to where your kids, if you're going to have them 10 kids, them fucking 10 kids can become millionaires, doctors, lawyers, politicians, cops, stuff we need. Set them up for success, not for failure. When you keep fucking Devontae, who the hood nigga who's selling rock on the corner. You know what I mean? Like, you keep reproducing with him and he hasn't changed. He hasn't changed in 10 years. And y'all got 15 kids together. Why? And then he got 10 over here, 10 over there. Like, that's not fair.
It's not fair to who?
It's not fair to the kids.
I can see that.
So that's what my whole thing is.
I can see that point, but...
It's not about having the kids. It's about what you're bringing them into.
I like to listen to what Nas said. Don't abortion your... Call them hood rats, too. Hood rats, don't abortion your wombs. We need more warriors, sons from the star, son of the moon.
But the thing is, we're not raising warriors. We're
yeah,
raising...
But when they're born in fucked up conditions, they will raise themselves greatly.
But that's not good.
It is when it turns out right.
No, but it doesn't turn...
Some evils are necessary.
But some is not turning out... It's not working in our favor, though. The racial wealth gap...
is the worst it's ever
been.
It
keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Years.
We don't have property. A lot of us don't have property. We don't have land. And if the ones who do have it, they're not trying to really share the secrets, you know? They're kind of like, I got to keep it to myself, which is a whole nother topic.
You want to go on that topic?
Black business is a complicated subject.
Black business is a complicated subject.
Because as a future business owner, especially in Omaha, it's very hard to break people from their cliques.
What do you mean?
People don't want to try out other people's shit if you're not a part of a clique.
I think that's our mistake. I think we shouldn't sell to each other. I think we should sell outside of our community, because if we got that same impoverished dollar circling around, how we ever come up? All right, I got these shoes, buy my shoes. All right, cool. I got these t-shirts, buy my t. All right, cool. I got these cornbread.
How much it costs?
We need some more money coming in. I feel like we should sell something that the Asian or the white man or the Jewish man just can't refuse. That gets new money into our shit, and then it makes it easier to circulate.
But then that comes in with credit. But business credit is completely different than regular credit, and actually, people don't realize how easy it is to get business credit.
Absolutely.
So, business credit, look it up. But anyways, yeah, I just think a lot of things, a lot of our things is, like I said, accountability, and we have got to do better, period, over the board. If we want to build wealth, we want to stop depending on white people for stuff, we've got to really take a hard look at ourselves and say, how can I make my situation better and not keep putting myself in the same cycle? So, like, I know I don't want to have another kid, because if I have another kid, that's another $250,000 out the window. Because each kid costs $250,000, and that's before college.
So, you get like 2 bands every year though from the tax.
Yeah, but that goes to getting the bills caught up that you had to slack on for the holidays. Car problems, if you have to, get caught up in your car issues that you pushed off.
Which always happens around that
Exactly. Time. And then you gotta get the kids clothes because they need shoes because the weather starts changing. So you gotta stock up on all that shit. Birthdays.
What type of business are you about to have?
Well, I'm a licensed esthetician. So
esthetician?
Skincare, facials, makeup, waxing, microbleeding. I will be taking lessons in that, but the class is $3,000.
Do you have any skincare tips to share with them?
Okay, so I have a problem with the fake eyelashes and stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with getting fake eyelashes, but none of that stuff looks good if you have bad skin. So you need to get facials. You need to exfoliate and wash your face day and night. Day and night. Night and day. Day and night.
How should they wash their face? With soap, just water?
No. You need to get you a cleanser. Something that's not over drying, but something that's not too oily. Because a lot of times we don't know our skin type, so we assume that we're oily. When that's not the case, you're not oily. You're actually dry. And your skin is just overproducing oil because it's trying to substitute for losing moisture.
Is there skin types are they labeled like blood types?
Yes, they actually do have a Fitzpatrick scale for black and white.
Wow.
Yeah, they actually do. Because there are certain chemicals you can't use on black skin that you can use on Caucasian skin.
Such as what?
Chemical pills. There are certain levels of chemical pills that react bad because you can get hyper.
To us or them?
To you. Or to us. To us, yes. So, like, for example, you're darker than me. So, I have, it was a particular brand that we use. I wouldn't be able to use, like, our highest concentrated one on you because it would pretty much hypopigmentate your skin. So, it would make you white.
Oh, is that what Charlemagne the God did?
He got regular chem pills and he had uneven skin tone because that's the same thing I had. I had uneven skin tone. So, uneven skin tone. So, I had a lot of darkness down here because when you get pregnant, especially women of color, we get the pregnancy mask, so your face darkens around here.
Huh.
So chem pills help with that. So there's nothing wrong with getting chem pills.
Is that what's the actual chem? Is that
a chemical pill is pretty much a chemical exfoliant. So depending on how strong your chem pill is, it goes through different layers of the skin.
So it's something you're putting on your face?
But you have to let somebody licensed do it. You can't do it yourself. All that at-home chem pills, that stuff is not real chem pill stuff or chemical pill stuff. It's just stuff to use at home. But if you're getting a real chemical pill, you're gonna feel it. I mean, it's gonna be a little tingly. It's not gonna burn, but it does help. It gets that cellular turnover. You want your black not to crack for real? Get you some chemical pills. Yeah.
Are there any at-home holistic, do-it-yourself natural remedies tips?
Exfoliation is very important. Everyone should exfoliate at least once a week. And you can do coffee, you can do brown sugar. All you need is coconut oil. You can exfoliate with that, but you need to make sure it's virgin coconut oil, not refined. Or you want it to be the one that won't clog your pores when you use the coconut oil, because all coconut oil is not created equal. So
virgin coconut oil and some brown sugar.
Or coffee.
Or coffee.
Or oatmeal. Oatmeal is a natural exfoliant. Yeah.
Is Is there any type of foods?
Pumpkin is really good too.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, pumpkin enzymes. It's really good.
Is there any foods that are good or bad for the skin?
I mean, it's just like anything. Water is gonna always be the biggest thing that you need to clean out the skin, but just fat food and greasy food is, of course, is gonna always be a. It doesn't really affect. Food doesn't affect your skin as much as people think. You know, as far as like once you start aging and stuff, it's not really gonna affect it as much. Water is just your biggest thing. Water and moisture. Cause if that was the case, I have pretty good skin and I eat like crap. So if that was the case, I would have terrible skin.
What made you go vegetarian and whatever?
Well, I've always been on my own health journey. When I was in high school, I had body image issues because I didn't realize how curvy I was, I guess.
Really?
Yes, but
Did you go to Central with me?
yeah.
I know you went to King with me. You had body
Oh yeah.
issues?
Yeah, I wasn't really popular in high school. No one really knew me. So yeah, I mean, if they knew me, they'd be like, "Oh, it's Big Booty Brandi," but nobody like really knew me. I hung out with maybe like a few girls, and that was it. I had some body image issues. I used to hate going shopping because the jeans would never fit right. They fit in the ass, but the waist would be too big, and I get that like diaper pooch right there.
Pooch.
Yeah, this shit was so annoying. So I could never find jeans that fit. And then when they came out with lowrider jeans, they never quite made it over the cakes. So I always have the plumber's crack. So yeah, it was a difficult time for me.
So it was more so for how your body looked is what got you into it. Did you ever try the keto Atkins shit before you went the vegan route or vegetarian?
I did do that. The only thing about keto is if you decide, because you'll get great results if you stick with it, but as soon as you start going back to carbs, you put that weight right back on, like that.
You said you did do it though?
Yeah, I did try it. I did that one for about a month.
Did you notice any changes in your mood at all, or was you the same?
For me, I still feel like I was the same. I mean, I was pretty basic with my diet. Like I did avocado oil because you need to have a healthy fat. Of course, tuna. I ate a lot of fish in my keto diet. Spinach, sweet potatoes. Oh, so many sweet potatoes. I have some at home right now. But yeah, I mean, for me, I didn't notice anything too crazy for me personally.
I had an attitude problem.
Because you couldn't eat those carbs?
It was just something within me. I don't know. It was something biological. I was just aggy.
Yeah.
I had attitude with everybody.
With the vegetarian thing, I kind of went back to meat on that because I noticed that I was getting a little constipated. So
You was getting constipated from
Yeah.
not eating meat?
yeah, because and I did some research on this, and I heard because I was looking into Ayurvedics, and they were talking about like these different body types or chakras, or I can't remember. Anyways, it's a lot. But this lady, she went full vegan, and she was like raw vegan, like where you don't even cook the vegetable. And her hair was falling out. She was constipated, stuff like that. She like dropped like 20 pounds. And I mean, my hair wasn't falling out, but I was just getting like a little too thin.
What exactly what was your typical day eating at this point in time?
Well, like I would do the vegetables, but I would still be like just starving. It would just like I would do like, for example, I would steam some broccoli. I'd do a sweet potato. Like I said, sweet potatoes was my go-to. And then I might have like a salad next to it.
Did you eat a lot of fruit?
I did eat fruit, but the only time the thing is like once you you start levitating, you start eating up all the fruit. Getting stoned and being on a diet is not a wise choice. Yeah, because I would be like, oh yeah, these bananas are delicious, and then I ain't got no more fucking bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I'm stuck with vegetables for the rest of the week.
You didn't eat any. You didn't eat like no grains, like no quinoa rice or oatmeal.
I would
at that
do
time?
brown rice or jasmine rice, but yeah, and I was even trying to do like the vegan where like no butter, no nothing. So I was substituting it with oil, but it still wasn't enough.
And you was constipated, and what else he said was going on with you?
Well, no, that wasn't me. But my hair wasn't falling out. But no, I just noticed that I was just a lot more fatigued.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, I was a lot more fatigued. My skin was glowing, but I was tired as fuck and I couldn't poop.
That is amazing, because I had the complete opposite problem.
Yeah. I mean...
So you had to eat some meat so you could go in peace.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, because you gotta remember, I guess in a way, maybe my body got shocked. I don't know, maybe it was like a reaction to just cutting it out. But I felt like I gradually stepped my way into it, but I guess I didn't do it long enough. But
I went cold turkey and no issues.
But yeah, but that's the difference between
Too
men.
much issues.
Yeah, men and women, like the dieting affects men different and women differently.
I think it's all individual.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's why I don't be too. I was at first when I first started learning about it on some. You gotta be vegan. You gotta be like that's because I done seen some shit where like even like red meat is actually good for certain types of people.
I eat steak maybe like once a month. I'll have a burger though. Like I love burgers. I ain't gonna lie, I love burgers. But I've been trying to cut red meat out. And I do pork. I can cut that out.
Eating that swine, my sister.
No. I see there's certain type of pork I will eat. Bacon is my weakness. I love bacon. But will I eat a pork roast? No. I won't touch pork roast. Or I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those that eat chitlins on Thanksgiving. But that's the only time I eat it, and it's only when my grandma make them. Because I like the way she make them. I won't touch nobody else.
What is the matter with you, Brandi?
I don't know. It's just something about the hot sauce. And
just eat the hot sauce.
no.
Hot sauce can go.
You don't understand because you don't eat it.
I've tasted it.
They're good though. Like they are.
There's nothing good about it. It fucks up the whole house. Thanksgiving is ruined because it stinks.
No, it's...
And they put that slimy shit on there, and you drowned it in the hot sauce and said, "Oh, it tastes good because it's hot." You can put that on chicken nuggets.
It don't taste like that.
You like hot sauce.
It don't taste like that. But no, with the chitlins, see, my grandma when she cooks them, she prepares them 3 months ahead of time. So
and I'm sure that's all cleaning every day.
Yeah, so she cleans them.
You gotta clean something for 3 months straight to make it edible?
No, she only cleans them once and then she freezes them. So like she depends on how many gallon buckets, because she'll ask us who want to bring their own. So one of my cousins, she'll chip in 2 buckets and I'll chip in 2 buckets, and then my grandma have like 4
buckets of chitlins.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 4 buckets of chitlins.
No, it's more than that because it's 4.
Is that many people in your family that eat chitlins?
Yeah.
Yo.
So.
This is ill.
But I was really proud of myself this year. I did not eat them, even though it took my restraint. So.
Of all.
I do like chitlins. It's a guilty pleasure. So judge me.
I don't
judge
understand.
me. Fight me. Take it. I will take it.
So walk me through this chitlin preparation process.
Okay, so
she takes them, she cleans them.
She cleans them.
In what month are we in? May? No, August. In August, she's cleaning them.
Yeah.
So she just cleaned some last month.
But I'm gonna say, but depending on how many pounds. Now, if it's only 1 or 2, 3 pounds, then she'll do it a month before.
Okay.
But it's usually,
so next week she's about to get busy at the very least.
Yeah.
All right.
So she'll clean them, she'll freeze them, and then the night before Thanksgiving, she pulls them out, boils them. She marinates them in all her little recipes. She got her onion, her crushed peppers, and whatever else she adds to them, and they're boiling overnight. But she double cleans hers. She makes sure that they're...
So she cleans them.
Mm-hmm. And then she let them cook them overnight, and then by the middle of the day, the smell is gone. By the day it's gone through because all the other food's being cooked, And chitlins is ready to go.
And you had to practice discipline to not eat the chitlins.
Yeah, because I like them. I used to hate them when I was a kid, though. That's so funny because she couldn't get me to eat them when I was a kid. I didn't start to appreciate them until I got pregnant.
That just shows you something was wrong. People, don't y'all be eating like laundry detergent and shit when y'all pregnant?